Welcome to the new podcast. And today we have a new guest. Her name is Nourice, and one of my favorite person and a really good friend of mine. So, Nourice, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
Welcome on air.
Thank you for having me, guys.
Yeah. So, Nourice, why don't you introduce yourself to our audience?
All right. So I am Nourice Jaber. I come from Lebanon, and I've been here since November, I guess the 7th, and I am 22 years old so far. I'm doing my PhD here in University, and I work with bacteria. And so far, I like what I'm doing.
So hello, Nourice.
Yeah.
Why did you tell us why specific did you choose Germany for your further study?
Okay, I'm sorry. So Germany was actually one of my dream countries, I want to travel to, and I didn't have any specific reason back then when I was a child, but nowadays I think it's like this most suitable place for research and to stay always up to date with whatever news come into research field. So yeah.
I think, Germany was always, and I don't know it will be in the future, but till now it is like a Disneyland for researchers.
Yeah.
People come here to do research, and also European Union provides really good funds to German scientists. That's what I have seen. Not just German scientists around the world also, but yeah, Germany has been their favorite in a way. So we are lucky.
Yeah, I agree.
So firstly, welcome to Germany.
Thank you.
And I want to ask, how was your journey to Germany? It was difficult to apply for the doctor degree here?
I think it wasn't that difficult, but getting an acceptance was the most difficult thing. Like you have to contact a lot of supervisors and to check first of all the project you would like to work on. And this is number 2. And number 3, just you have to be patient enough and work harder. Don't give up. Yeah.
So how many applications did you put for PhDs to get accepted into this one?
Okay. So I wasn't only targeting Germany first of all. I did also apply to the States and Canada I didn't try, but I just thought about it.
Canada doesn't have anyways really good research projects going on, so you were not in a loss in a way.
No. I'm good. Maybe around. I wrote maybe around 50 emails. Let's say
50.
Yeah, or maybe less.
God.
Let's say that this is the maximum 20, 10 to 50. Let's say.
So where did you get the information? Like, did you know Did you know someone from Germany?
No.
Or do you have relevance here?
No. Thing is, I Googled websites for PhD employees and stuff like this, and it was the website where I found my current project or my current job is Glassdoor. So it was really, really very helpful to me.
Yes, Glassdoor is a really good website.
Yeah.
Anyone who is planning to come to Germany or even Europe
exactly.
in general for not just research, for jobs also in research field in industries, Glassdoor is one of the best website that they could visit.
Yeah.
And of course keep a track on LinkedIn, and I think there was one more. There are so many, man.
Yeah.
There are so many.
But for me it was Glassdoor.
Yeah, because it gives you a proper data of everything.
Yeah, and just notifies you every single time whenever there's a project that
Yeah.
And by the way, in China, we never heard about Glassdoor. Can you explain us what is it's a website you can apply, you can get the information for bachelor, master, and also doctor degree?
See, do you want to go first?
Yeah, so I mean it's a website. First you have to do your account there, create your account and put in your data, your information and what you are actually looking for. And depending on what you are looking for, you will receive notifications. And in the notification, you receive this is a job for you, this is a job for you, and they are detailed. So people post the jobs there, and then you receive.
You mean actually people can also apply for real job there?
Yeah.
Not only just the information for education.
No, definitely not. But the thing is, because the question you asked, people from other countries, like from China, if they want to come for bachelor's or master's, I think for them, DAAD website is really good. That, for applying bachelor's and master's. But if you want to go for job after master's, and if you want to go for postdoc or PhD, Glassdoor is one of the best. So this is like after your master's education. This website helps you a lot.
By the way, for the Chinese citizens or the Chinese students, if you want to apply for this education in Germany, you have to apply. Go to a platform called DAAD, like Deutsch Akademischer Austauschdienst, where you can upload your personal profiles and to gather a appointment for the interview. And after that, if you pass the interview and with this certificate, and you can apply for the education in Germany.
And also with this website, you can also go for scholarships. So if your family is not rich enough or they cannot afford a lot of educational related expenses, please do check out their scholarships, because they are really good, and if you have really good grades before coming to Germany, you might get one. So no, it's important. That's why we have this, to help people out.
Exactly.
Back to our topic, Nourice, did you encounter some difficulties when you come to Germany?
Difficulties like what? Can you be more specific?
Like life or language barriers or some different religions and.
Okay, so starting first with language, I was already preparing myself ahead of time. I already started like practicing some of German terms or vocabulary before coming here. I used Duolingo, and it was really helpful to me, to be honest.
We need a sponsor here.
Yeah.
By the way, this is not sponsored by Duolingo, so.
Yeah, and I wasn't like fluent, but I knew how to talk with people, communicate a little bit. And one of the also other thing, but that was not an issue for me, because I had in mind like I will come here and will learn the language, step by step. Life here was almost as expected, but like almost. What was really shocking to me is the fact that the nights and during the weekends and stuff like this, it's just like people are everything's closed, and that was like very new to me. That's the very first thing I experienced here. It was like, wow, people like do really sleep very early here. Why?
But was that your first cultural shock, or you had one cultural shock before, or multiple maybe?
No, that's what the first one.
Okay.
The second was food. Yes, and what else? Regarding religion stuff, I don't think like there's some few mosques over here, but I don't know like how far like because in mosque they usually do the azan thing, and it's not really done here, so I don't know. That was weird for me, but it's okay. And what else? Maybe toilets.
Wait, as we are talking about religion, azan, I mean, azan is practically with the loudspeakers and everything, right?
Yeah, but it doesn't have to be like very loud.
The thing is, Islamic countries and other countries are allowed to do this.
Yeah.
But countries like Germany, they are very keen on being secular, even if they are Christian country. You have Christian taxes if you want to be a part of church. That's incorporated in the system itself, but they will not allow it. So if you go inside the mosque, of course you are allowed to pray and everything, but it's not going to happen. I think there was some issue a few years ago in India also. So they are planning to stop that also in countries, democratic countries like India. But of course the population, it's not easy for everyone, but because you come from an Islamic country, or it's not that Islamic, it's still a secular in a way, just saying. But I think that's a cultural shock for sure.
And also the religions in Germany is basically Christian.
True. But they are Christian on paper. I mean, most of people I know, they are just paying Christian taxes so they can get married in a church. Otherwise, they really do not follow Christianity or any religion. It makes sense, man. I mean, the youth, the young people, like people like us, we don't want any supervision or boundaries, because the social media has boomed in past 3 to 4 or 5 years, and everyone wants their freedom, right? So that's what I know, and that's what people who I talk to, they speak the same, that we don't want other people to tell us what to do. We want to experience it by ourselves.
Yeah, before we dive so deep,
Yeah.
we will definitely create another episode for the religion, and I will also
No,
invite.
no.
Yeah,
The thing is,
no. We definitely will invite people who have religions and from different religions.
I think
and-
that the three
yeah, yeah.
religious, not religious people,
No.
but but from 3 different religions.
Yeah. So back to the food. Do you have any problems and to find the food that you need, because in Muslim have a very special level or requirement for food quality. So for you, it's an issue.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not easy for us like Muslims. We have to eat like only halal meat, and I cannot like find that easily in any supermarket in Germany, where I have to go to Turkish stores. And I'm very lucky maybe to have like a nearby a Turkish store near me, and there are like also few around me, so I don't think it's a big issue.
Yeah, I think there are so many Turkish shops around. I mean, you can easily find them, which is really good that here people are very tolerant and very respectful to their other religions, which is really nice to
But
see.
I don't know if it's also the same case in other like cities than Ulm.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
All the cities I lived in, like practically I have lived in 3 cities now in Germany,
Yeah.
and traveled to multiple, and I know people, my friends who live in different cities. Everywhere you can find it, everywhere. Because I mean, come on, people of all kind of religion, race, and color are present in all the cities. So yeah, you find everything there. Even smaller cities, you find everything.
I mean, Ulm is small. Is it okay?
See, Ulm is comparatively bigger than a lot of cities.
Seriously?
I know. Yeah, I mean, Ulm is practically like moderate-sized cities for Germans. Compared to India and China, come on, that's a totally different case scenario. I mean, yeah, the cities are for like 30 kilometers, 40 kilometers. One city like Mumbai or Ahmedabad,
Maybe,
Shanghai.
Yeah, and also the population density.
Yeah, exactly.
For example, like in Ulm, I think they are 150,000 people.
I have no idea, man, but I just love the city.
Yeah,
Ulm is
yeah.
just darling, man. It's amazing. By the way, coming to the religious talk and everything, did you face any discrimination while coming to Germany?
Not at all, seriously. Not at all. Zero.
Zero. That's really nice.
And also the scarf you're wearing right now.
Yeah.
And in some countries, Muslim people are not allowed to wear the scarves to go to school. But for you in Germany, it's totally fine, and there are no regulation for this.
Yeah, everything is fine.
I think yes, that's really nice, because countries like France right now, right?
Yeah, it was.
There was a problem there. Even in India there was issue. I think they want to make it everything secular, in a way, and but that's a totally different scene and totally different things that we can talk about. We have already talked about all of these things before when we sit together for a coffee or something. But
And what about the toilets? And you mentioned that before. It's also culture shock for you.
Yeah, I mean, so we Arabs, like I used to, whenever we go to the toilets, there's some sort of house, water house. So it was like, I need to adapt to it. This is the thing. Yeah, so even like in our houses, we also have that. Yeah.
Yeah, even in India also.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I mean,
yeah,
because water, we use water. The thing is, I know so many people, Indians here, who have installed houses in their bathrooms.
I will do that. I will do that too.
It's hygienic, come on, in a way.
Yeah.
It's so much better.
Yeah. Yeah.
What?
Continue.
No, it's okay.
Next topic.
Yeah.
So, coming back to the PhD, so you said like you applied for 50 different positions. Were they all in the same field, or you applied for other places also with other projects?
Okay, so honestly, I only targeted what I really want to work on. Like the project really had very big importance to me, what I'm applying for. And they were all like within the same category, like microbiology and immunology together, or like microbiology alone. So this is actually what was my main interest. And they were like mostly like in different like cities in Germany, but all within the same field of research.
Okay, that's really nice, because again, coming back to the people who are watching this podcast, please do not listen to a lot of people, a lot of shit that is on YouTube or other internet, because even when I was in Germany, I applied for PhDs, and YouTube fucked me up. Because there are people on there saying that they applied for thousands of places,
Yeah.
1,000, 2,000, 3,000 places around the world, from India, from other countries. That is not true. I mean, these people are the people who are just desperate. They want anything they can get. Only apply to places that you really want to work in, because you are going to spend next 3.5 to 4 years of your life on this research. Secondly, it is practically impossible to apply for 3,000 places and make motivational letter for each and every one of them, because it has to be personalized and tailored by yourself. The thing is, these people, what they do is they just make one, change the name, title, send it everywhere.
Yeah.
It's also the same, like if you want to apply for the job in Germany, the motivation
Letter of motivation.
The letter of motivation, you have to write individually, and you have to do some research for the company and what they are working in which kind of area, and then start to write your motivation letter.
Because I remember, like, you told you applied for 50 places. I only applied for 11.
I mean, let's say the maximum 50.
Yeah, but that's okay. That's okay. I understand, because you were applying for different countries.
Yeah.
You know, the thing is, when I was watching these YouTube videos, I only applied for 3 or 4 places till then, and it was almost 3 weeks. Because you need time to apply for all of these things. You need to do research if there are good projects for you. It's not like you apply for all of them. You are from a genetics background and you're applying for anything you see. If you're from microbiology background, you're applying genetics or biochemistry or whatever you want.
Yeah.
It doesn't work like that. And believe me, if you apply for less, quality over quantity, you will get a place. Don't rush through the process. It takes time, but you will get it if you are qualified enough for it. So yeah.
Yeah, but I want to also mention something here, like apply to things that you see yourself working there for a long time and you enjoy what you're doing, because it's really important, like to enjoy what you are actually planning to do and dreaming of.
True, man, true. PhD life is not easy, but you need to love it.
Exactly.
I think I know you because you also like doing PhD, because you are a person of science. But people we meet in the university, they are not, very keen into research anymore. They just want to finish the PhD and go into the industry to work and earn money. So please be very careful when you apply for a PhD, because it's a huge commitment.
Nourice, I'm curious about your research field. Since I'm educated, I'm an engineer. So can you explain us, or on which project are you recently focusing? Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know how much are you familiar with like antimicrobial resistance.
Please be very careful what you say, okay, Nourice?
Why?
Because these research projects are not supposed to come out really that fast.
But
so
I
be
thought-
very so you can give a general idea about it.
Yeah, what you can do with your area.
Yeah, so basically we are trying to figure out other alternatives for like antibiotics that bacteria and other like pathogens are resistant for, and we are trying like to see how much they can actually interact against pathogens. So we actually take them from, we are actually targeting nowadays antimicrobial peptides from like humans, so that we can use them against the other pathogens.
So there are different kind of libraries that we test, which contain different kind of peptides.
Yeah.
So German research field is right now in which kind of classes in this field?
Do you want to say?
You say.
Yeah, the thing is, it's right now, German scientific community is in a good position right now. We are getting good funds, but also depends on the project you are working on, and also depends on the professor you are working with, and also the publications that you have. So the better the publications, better the equipment you have, better the chances of getting in for a good research grant. So for example, I think you got a new grant for your project, right? Before starting, yes, you have a grant for that. When I started, we already had grant for my project. We also got a EU grant recently for a new project. So the professor which I work with, he's very well known around the world in tuberculosis research. That's why we were able to get all of these really good grants. So these are the things also a PhD aspirant needs to focus on, that please select a good team, a good professor who has good fundings.
But I mean, you cannot control the team. You can know the supervisor.
No. The thing is, you know the supervisor, but when you go for an interview, for you it was a totally different example. Okay, so coming back to the point, because she had an online interview and I had an interview in person, which I like. So I was able to meet the team before starting PhD. So I got acceptance from multiple places, and I went there personally to meet them. And this was the team which I liked the most. And also the project, also the professor, he's amazing. So that's how you decide. And I also did a background research on how things work here and what kind of fundings we have. And then after that, I chose to come to Ulm, and then I also fell in love with this city. So it was like, blessing everywhere for me.
Yeah.
This city is just amazing, man.
It is.
If Nourice, for you, are there some requirements or needs that you before you start the application? Is the city like ranked on the top, or is the like, how do you make a compromise between this location and also the area that you need, like you want to study?
Like for me, if you're meaning like when I applied here, what was like my main as I said before, like it is, I targeted in all my applications the project. Yeah, this is what I targeted. So regardless where the city is, I just aimed for the project. And even like when I got the acceptance, until that day, my friend, I was like sharing the news with my friend, and he was like, "Where's that city? What do you have around it?" I don't know. You said like you're having an acceptance there. You're going. You do your PhD there. You don't have an idea about it. And he googled it to me, and yeah.
Man, I mean, this city is very underrated. Because I lived in Schwarzwald, so it's like practically 20-25 kilometers from here, right? I had no idea about this city, that it existed. I'm not kidding. Because it's in the middle of Munich and Stuttgart. And people usually go either to Munich or Stuttgart. They don't come into Munich, And I was really lucky and fortunate enough that I got a chance to come to this city. And
yeah, me too. I really like it.
I think, I don't know, there is some different kind of vibe in research environment here. It's very motivating. So I know a lot of researchers from around Germany, because you are new here, but I have been here for almost 3.5 years. I know a lot of researchers from around Germany, and they are stereotypical researchers that we talk about all the time into their research and not having a lot of fun. But people here in Ulm, in the city where we live, in the consortium, the CRC we have, and also the university, people are fun. They have so many different lives. I mean, we have a colleague that she is a powerlifter, world record. She has a world record in powerlifting. There are people who are into skiing, like fitness. They are totally doing something for themselves other than research, which is beautiful to see. I never saw it something like this anywhere else. And I also actually talked about this with one of my colleagues, which is really good. But Chris, coming back to you, like you moved here from another big city.
Yeah.
How was your experience?
My experience, I should say that at that time also I have no idea about Ulm. It's the same. It's the same. Like, so I used to study at the Technical University of Dresden. It's the capital of Saxony. and I spent almost 6 years there. And after I finished my degree there, and I start work for the research center. But I get bored at that time. Yeah, it's also during the pandemic. I'm kind of stuck there. I don't know my future, and I just want to change, have some fresh air in my life, you know. So finding to move to another city, a quite new city, and for me it's a challenge, but it's also a step like out of my comfort zone. Yeah. So I made it. So during this time, and I also here I stay here for like more than 1 year, and I get to know my best friend here, Jacky, my gym buddy, and also my Chinese. I also knew some Chinese friend here, and I mean this is this life changing moment for me. I never regret for this movement.
Okay, then we'll end this podcast here. So thank you everyone for watching till the end, and if you liked our video, this podcast, please hit the like button
and subscribe our YouTube channel.
And please, if you have some questions, or if you want to ask something about the PhD life or how to apply, or even if you want to give some suggestions, please comment down below and we will definitely get back to you. And Nourice, how was your experience?
Very fun, nice, deep talk. I love it. And maybe I'm ready for another one.
We'll definitely bring you in.
Yeah, definitely. We will definitely invite her back to our other episodes. So thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode.
See you.